This is One on One.
We're here with Chris Napoli, who was a patient over at the Cancer Institute at Hackensack. You're 20 years old?
21 now.
Sorry about that.
20 when I was diagnosed.
Tell folks what you were dealing with.
Well, I was a 20-year-old college student playing college football and studying business down at the college in New Jersey, getting ready to head down to school late July for football camp when I was diagnosed. And, it had really struck me from out of nowhere. It came completely from left field. Didn't expect it, didn't really see any signs coming of it. And it really kind of just took a lot away from me then. Took me out of my normal routine life, was no longer a college student, was then home in a hospital for the next 8 months.
8 months?
8 months. And not consecutively. I was outpatient treated, but about 4 or 5 days a week I was in the hospital receiving chemotherapy. And, those were some of the 8 toughest months of my life, hands down, no question about it. But, however, Hackensack University Medical Center and the New York Giants played a huge part in helping me get through those 8 months.
How so?
The doctors and nurses, child life specialists, everyone at the hospital had really, played a large part. First of all, the doctors and nurses had controlled my health, done a great job, had gotten me to be here today, had, given me the opportunity to live a healthy life again. The child life specialists, everyone else at the hospital, did a great job keeping me in positive spirits with a positive mindset and, assured me that I could get through this tough time. Along with the New York Giants, they also played a big part in that. Some of my toughest times last fall, the New York Giants had come in to visit.
The players?
The Giants rookies, Odell Beckham, Devon.
Beckham came in.
Beckham.
What was that like?
That was pretty cool. You get to see them all dressed up in Halloween costumes. It was really a different atmosphere in the Rutan clinic that day. It wasn't every day in the pediatric cancer clinic you see all the patients smiling and all the parents smiling and everyone in such high spirits with such positive vibes going on throughout the day.
They knew you were an athlete?
They didn't know I was an athlete yet. We had gotten to that point. We had talked about that. But then later on when I had met Eli, he had known I was an athlete. We had talked
Eli Manning.
Football. Eli Manning, correct. We had talked some football this past summer. He came in, had a nice talk for about 20, 30 minutes. And, it was just really something that meant a lot to me to see that these players take such time out of their day to help people in need, to get kids.
What did it do for you?
It really made me feel as if I could conquer anything, Seeing these athletes, people who I looked up to, being a college athlete, looking up to these people my whole life, seeing them come in and offer me well wishes and, telling me inspirational stories and stuff that will help me get through my day really meant a lot. It really, helped me make strides in my treatment and my fight against cancer and has helped me get to where I am today, healthy, in remission, cancer-free, and back as a full-time college student.
What message would you send, Chris, to everybody out there watching right now who may be dealing with the folks who are dealing with some pretty tough issues, particularly those connected with cancer, young people in particular?
I would like to tell those people out there that you never stop fighting, no matter what goes wrong, there's always a positive you can find in it. And the child life specialists at the hospital, the nurses, the doctors, the New York Giants really helped me find those positives throughout my battle against cancer in the darkest times of my life. It was times when I had to wake up knowing I needed to come to the hospital for treatment, dreaded coming to the hospital. And, people like that had really pushed me through and gotten me to where I am today. So, although they may not be able to be there for everyone, they do a very good job in portraying the fact that there are positives in everyone's fight, in everyone's negative experience.
You've actually said it was a blessing. What do you mean by that?
What I meant by my cancer experience being a blessing was the lessons I have learned from having everything taken away from me. Having, my college life taken away from me for 8 months and not being able to see my friends, not being able to go out, not being able to do the things I love to do most, not being able to play football, it really was hard to deal with. But it made me realize that there's more important things in life. It made me realize what really matters the most to me, my family, my friends, my health. It made me realize that those little things that you get worked up about all the time really don't mean much. And it made me realize how much I took for granted prior to this, And after my experience, after, looking back on it, I can proudly say that I'm more grateful and more involved in helping find a cure for this awful disease.
You a better person?
Absolutely better person, I feel. Definitely, before my experience, I never thought I would be standing here doing something like this. Afterwards, I seek the urge to help others. It just is a part of me now, especially kids with similar experiences. It really, being able to relate to them and seeing how tough it is to go through these treatments and these tough times, it really makes me want to help lend a helping hand and, go out of my way to help others.
Congratulations, and keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you very much.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the CAUCUS Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Delta Dental of New Jersey, the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, New Jersey Sharing Network, the law firm of Gibbons, P.C., Verizon, and by NJ Best. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.